Today's topic is analogies. Before we begin, let me first explain what exactly analogies are and what you are supposed to do with them. Well, analogies are a pair of words and there exists some kind of logical relationship between them. Your duty is to pick up a pair from the answer options which is analogous to the given pair of words. In the sense, the pair which you are going to select should be closest in comparison to the given pair. Historically, analogies have been the most dreadful part for GRE students next to reading comprehension. But believe me friends, analogies are the most easiest to solve and very interesting too once you understand the logic that exists between the given pair of words. Here are a few strategies I am going to explain to you today which should make analogies easier for you to solve. Now, look at the first pair of words. Philately is to stamps. What do you think is the relationship between this pair of words? Obviously, as everyone knows, philately is nothing but stamp collection. Collection of stamps is called as philately. Now let's have a look at the options. Is cartography a collection of maps? No. Is geriatrics a collection of ailments? No. These two are study of maps and study of ailments. Whereas the last one, numismatics, is collection of coins. So to say, whenever you are solving an analogical pair, try to look at the relationship that exists between the given pair of words. Now, the second strategy. Look at the example here. Pseudopod is to amoeba. Now, we try to establish a relation that pseudopod is amoeba's body part. But when you look at the options, all the three, they are the body parts of various things cited here. A tree, octopus and snail. What should you do in such a situation? You have to specify the relationship that exists between the body part. You have to ask yourself a question. What does amoeba use pseudopod for? So obviously it is for locomotion. Amoeba uses pseudopod for locomotion. Now look at the first option. Does a tree use a branch for locomotion? No. Does a snail use shell for locomotion? No. And obviously tentacles are used by octopus for locomotion. So the second strategy says you have to specify the relationship between the given pair of words. The third strategy is look at the secondary meaning of the given pair of words. This I'll explain taking the example of pan is to camera. Now what is the primary meaning of pan? Pan obviously is a frying pan that comes to our mind the moment we look at it. But obviously frying pan has nothing to do here with camera. So we assume that pan has some secondary meaning. By adding a tail to it, ing, panning a camera, means adjusting a camera. Now look at the options. Rotating a periscope, tuning a radio, charging a battery. Which one will you eliminate first? Obviously the last one, charge is to battery, can be easily eliminated. Now most of the students for this, they blindly click tune is to radio without giving a second thought because they assume that tuning a radio is analogous to panning a camera. But they are mistaken. Why? Here again you have to apply the second strategy which is specifying the relationship. What does camera deal with? Which sense? It is with seeing. And what does radio deal with? It has something to do with listening. So can tuning a radio be the answer? No. Definitely the first one, rotating a periscope, is your answer because periscope is that instrument which is used to look at the poles, just like a kind of telescope. So by applying the second strategy, you can easily solve pad H2 camera. That is, by specifying, by knowing its secondary meaning, you can solve analogies successfully. The last strategy is looking at the parts of speech of the given pair of words. Look at this example, sap is to vitality. Which part of speech is sapping? Is doing some work, that is weakening. It obviously is a verb, and vitality is a noun. Now look at the answer options. They are all verb-noun combinations. What should you do then? Which is the answer? Persevere is to fortitude, drain is to resolution, enhance is to beauty. Now sapping vitality. Sapping vitality means weakening. That is, it has some negative connotation to it. Which of these options? Persevere is to fortitude. Definitely it is a positive sign, no negative connotation here. Enhance beauty also has a positive connotation, this verb-noun combination. But then draining resolution is definitely weakening the resolution, which is your answer. So friends, these are the few strategies that should make analogies more and more easy for you to crack them successfully. Believe me, they are the most interesting questions on GRE. Even if some of the students do find it difficult to crack them, but I think with sound vocabulary and a little bit of logical thinking, you can easily crack them successfully.